Despite playing some really good cricket for almost 2 days, India lost the first test by a comfortable margin following an embarrassing batting collapse. They will have to play out of their skins to bounce back after such a morale crushing loss. To make things worse, India will be without their captain and premier batsman Virat Kohli, who has headed home after the first test. Also, Mohammad Shami, who injured his arm while batting, has been ruled out of the series. India have announced their playing 11 prior to the game, with Australia confirming that they will be unchanged from their victory. Australia have released a statement saying David Warner will miss the second test as well, recovering from a groin injury. They do have issues in the batting department but will field the same 11 from the first test. A 50 for Joe Burns in the second innings will give them some confidence as he was going through a lean patch prior to the series. Other than that, they don't seem to have a lot of problems which reflect in them being the number one test team in the world currently. For India, problems are aplenty with huge voids to fill for Shami and Kohli. Not just that, opener Prithvi Shaw has been under a lot of criticism over the technical aspects of his game recently. Maybe it's not Shaw but the selectors who need to be criticized for picking a terribly out of form batsman in such a tough overseas assignment. These failures won't do his confidence any good. He makes way for Shubman Gill, who has had a great start to his domestic career. A debut at the iconic MCG is a dream for many but is equally daunting. It will be interesting to see what happens once Rohit Sharma returns, but that is a question for some other time. The wicketkeeper selection has been quite an interesting one. It looked from the outside that the team management preferred Saha in the subcontinent with his superior keeping skills for spin and Rishabh Pant overseas to fortify the batting. But Saha played in the first test over Pant, and now again the team management have gone back to Pant as their keeper in the second test. Mohammad Siraj will make his debut replacing Shami in the 11. Siraj, despite his poor returns in limited overs cricket, has been sensational when it comes to test cricket domestically. Interestingly, Jadeja makes his way into the playing 11 replacing Kohli, and Hanuma Vihari retains his place. While that might seem like a downgrade from a batting point of view, the only other option could have been KL Rahul, who has been overlooked, not sure why. Ajinkya Rahane, who is leading the side in Kohli's absence, already has his task cut out. He will be under immense pressure firstly because of taking over the leadership after that loss. But secondly, the run out will also be at the back of his mind. Let's hope he forgets about it, because the earlier it is out of his mind, the better it will be for him as well as the team. These 3 tests are going to be one of the most important ones in his career. The pitch at the MCG has produced a lot of runs lately and has also been turning in the later parts of the game. Also, among all the venues, India has the best success rate at the MCG. Not to forget that they played some really good cricket for the first 2 days of the Adelaide Test. That might give them some hope, but a loss over here will make it very difficult for India to come back in the series. Melbourne has hosted a lot of exciting Boxing Day matches, and if India managed to bounce back, this one could be a treat as well.